さあ実験始めようか。
Rabbit! Tank! Best match!
Hachi!
Are you ready? Hagane no Moon Salto! Rabbit Tank! Yay!
Jolly boss は決まった。
Happy Halloween, everyone! JulioToyReviews here, and this is a review of the Kamen Rider Build Deluxe Build Driver. So this belt will be used by our main two riders this year, Kamen Riders Build and Close. And fitting in with the whole invention theme and whatnot, Build will use full bottles with this driver. Now, let me explain what the full bottles are. They're kind of like Gaia memories in terms of using two collectibles and one belt. However, one of them will usually be organic, based on an animal or something, and one of them will be mechanical, based on a vehicle or a book or something like that. These are very similar to the O's combos, where you could do any combination you want, but some of them will lead into official combinations, or best matches as they're called in Build. So we will be going over the build driver today, and as you saw from the intro, I was dressed up as Sento from Kamen Rider Build. But not only that, as an added bonus, we will be going over the Gorilla Mond set as well, which is a power-up of Build and one of his best matches. So the deluxe build driver includes the build driver itself and the Rabbit and Tank full bottles. And the Gorilla Mond full bottle set includes the Gorilla and Diamond full bottles. So let's get on with this review. Or, sa, jikke hajimeyou ka. So over here is the build driver with the Rabbit and Tank full bottles. And if we zoom in, we could take a closer look at them. So let's start off with Rabbit over here. You can see that it says RT, meaning Rabbit Tank, which is the best match combo. You can see the black outline up here. You can see the black here. You can see a sort of rabbit design over here with the bottle. Because you know how, for example, Zephyr Hill's water bottles, how they have those curves on the cover? Yeah, it's just like that. But the curves over here are meant to represent the symbol of the animal or the object or whatever. And the cap over here does turn. And if you go on the back, you could see the pins. And now if we take a look at Tank, you could see a tank symbol over here. You could see the Rabbit Tank sign over here. This lid does move as well. And on the back you have the pins. And something that I forgot to mention, you could actually shake these bottles just like in the show. And you can see that these pieces over here will begin to move up and down. And they will rattle in there. And that'll be more obvious when we transform. And speaking of which, it's about to come up soon, but let me just show you some quick details about the driver itself. You can see that it has a consistent color scheme of black, red, and gray. If you turn over here, the gears move. And if you go on the back, you could see that we have the belt strap, which doesn't fit me because I am not a Japanese little boy. However, for that intro, I did manage to modify it, and I'll have a video uploaded to show you how exactly I did that. And now that we got the basics of the build driver out of the way, let's transform. And now we will be getting into the transformation. So if you grab the switch on the back, the build driver will play a startup noise. And let's just fold these back. And sa jike hajimeu ka. And then you're going to twist the caps so that they're facing forward. And you're gonna hear the startup jingle. And Hechin! So you can see that wonderful light show that the driver does. And the phrase that it says translates to Steely Moonsault Rabbit Tank, which is Build's base form. Now, apart from the transformation, there's nothing else that the belt really does. Because if you pull here, you're gonna get the Voltec finish, which is essentially Build's rider kick. And it's actually pretty hilarious how they bring in physics to it, because what Build would normally do is that he walks back a couple paces and then this giant ramp comes up and you see all these equations floating around him, and then he just slides onto the ramp and uses a tank foot and kicks the monster to oblivion. It's genius. But something else that I wanted to show you guys that I promised you, if you zoom in and observe the bottles over here for a second. Hold up, we gotta wait for this to finish. But I hope that you see my point there, where the bottles will be moving up and down here, sort of like liquid. And I find that really cool, as it fits with the whole gear spinning, and then you have the liquid rising and falling. It is just amazing, and I love the consistency that they managed to pull off with this. But now that we've gone over Rabbit Tank, let us go over the next full bottle set, Gorilla Mond. So over here we have the Gorilla Mond full bottle set. And as you may have guessed by the name, the two components of this full bottle set are a gorilla and a diamond. So let's take a look at the gorilla full bottle. You can see a gorilla's face over here, which, by the way, I have to make this obvious joke. Rest in peace, Harambe. You can see the cap over here. You can see it says GD for Gorilla Mond, and you can see the black. And the pins on the back. And I also forgot to mention that all the full bottles have this QR code. I don't exactly know what this is used. I heard that there's like some scanner app in Japan, but almost nobody uses it. And over here we have diamond. You can see a diamond over here. The blue color scheme, and gorilla had brown. You can see GD. You can see the black. And on the back you have the pins. And now that we've gone over those full bottles, let's insert them in. Hechin! And you can see that by accident with my arm movement that the tank full bottle came into the reviewing station. But there you have Gorilla Mond, with the phrase translating to Shining Destroyer. Which makes sense since Build has this giant arm whenever he transforms into Gorilla Mond. So it's supposed to be a combination of brute strength and shininess. And now if we do the Volt Tech finish, and there we have the finishing attack, which from what I remember from the show, because I binge watched the first 3 episodes, what Bill does is that a bunch of diamonds will form around him and then he'll punch it with the gorilla arm and then they'll fall on top of the enemy. But that is it for the Gorilla Mond set. However, let's go over what happens when you have a different combo, something that isn't a best match. Alright, so to go over a combo that isn't the best match, I'm going to use Gorilla and Tank. Henshin! So you'll notice the absence of a best match. That it doesn't say best match, and then afterwards it won't say a phrase, it'll just play a generic sound. This even happened in the first episode when Bill transformed into Hanedezumi Tank or Hedgehog Tank. But after we've gotten that out of the way, this concludes my review of the Build Driver. So overall, the Build Driver is an excellent rider belt and I would recommend it to any Kamen Rider fans. From personal experience, let me tell you that Kamen Rider Build is shaping up to be a great show. The characters are interesting and all the mechanics of the belts and the suits and whatnot, they are really cool. And I especially love this belt. Just the fact that you put in 2 bottles and you pull a lever is amazing. And I like how they have all the gears moving and the liquid rising and falling just like in the show. It makes you feel like you really are Build. Which ironically, that's what I'm dressed up as for Halloween right now. But overall, if you're a huge fan of Kamen Rider, I would recommend that you get the Build Driver. It is an amazing collectible for an amazing show. And stick around for more episodes of Kamen Rider Build. Because as of this recording, we are only on episode 7. And I've already seen some of the other catalog scans, and this is shaping up to be one of the best rider shows of all time. So that is everything I had to say about the Build Driver. So what did you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, I'm JulioToyReviews, and I'm signing off. Thanks for watching everyone, and happy Halloween!